In the quiet solitude of her grand mansion, Eleanor, a dedicated nurse, had everything a person could wish for: success, wealth, and the respect of her peers. Day in and day out, she poured her heart into caring for others, her skilled hands mending bodies and easing pain. Yet, as evening fell and the echoes of her footsteps filled the empty halls, she felt a profound loneliness. She had a sprawling estate, a successful career, and a life many would envy, but she had no one to share it with, no one to care for the heart that beat so tirelessly for everyone else. She had everything, except someone to care for her own heart. One bright morning, a new gardener, Liam, arrived. He wasn't like the others who had tended her expansive gardens. There was a quiet strength about him, a humility in his posture, and a deep respect in his eyes whenever he spoke to her. He didn't see the wealthy owner of the mansion, he saw the woman. He'd greet her with a simple, genuine smile, his hands covered in soil, his brow damp from honest work. Eleanor, accustomed to the calculated compliments of her social circle, found herself disarmed by his sincerity. She began to look forward to their brief exchanges, a small, bright spot in her structured, lonely days. His presence was a breath of fresh air, a gentle reminder of a world outside her sterile, professional life. As the seasons turned, fate intervened in a way neither of them could have predicted. The relentless pace of her work finally caught up with Eleanor, and she fell ill, confined to her bed with a high fever. The very woman who cared for so many was now helpless. Her staff was professional but distant. It was Liam who, upon hearing she was unwell, appeared at her door, his face etched with genuine concern. With a gentleness that surprised her, he cared for her. He brought her cool water, fluffed her pillows, and tenderly placed a damp, cool towel on her burning forehead. His touch was hesitant yet firm, a gardener's touch, but it held a tenderness she hadn't felt in years. In those quiet, feverish moments, something shifted. It wasn't a grand gesture, but a series of small, sincere acts of kindness. A shared glance, a soft-spoken word, a comforting presence. These tiny, unassuming gestures sparked a feeling in both of them, a warmth that bloomed unexpectedly in the sterile quiet of her room, a connection neither had sought nor anticipated. After she recovered, a professional trip loomed, one that would take her away for several weeks. The thought of leaving now felt different. The mansion wouldn't just be empty, it would be without Liam's quiet presence. The night before she was set to depart, Eleanor sat at her antique desk. She couldn't bring herself to say goodbye in person, the words feeling too heavy, too real. Instead, she penned a short, simple note. She left it on the small table in the foyer where she knew he'd see it. As her car pulled away from the estate at dawn, Liam discovered the note. It read, "Thank you for taking care of the garden, and for taking care of me. While I'm away, take care of your heart, too." He stood there, the piece of paper in his calloused hand, a storm of emotions brewing within him. What did she mean? Was this a farewell, or a promise? As the distance grew between them, a single question hung in the air. True love doesn't follow rules or respect boundaries. What will happen next? The weeks of her absence stretched on, feeling like an eternity for both of them. For Liam, the garden became a sanctuary where he poured out all the unspoken emotions her note had stirred. Every flower he tended, every path he cleared, felt like a conversation he was having with her. He found himself imagining her return, picturing her smile as she saw the vibrant blooms he'd nurtured just for her. For Eleanor, the conference halls and fancy dinners felt hollow. Her thoughts kept drifting back to the man with soil on his hands and kindness in his eyes. She realized the security she'd built around her heart was no match for the simple, honest affection he had shown her. She missed their morning greetings, his quiet strength, the way he made her feel seen not for her wealth, but for who she was. The distance wasn't breaking them apart, it was crystallizing their feelings, making them realize how much they had come to mean to one another. Their story was far from over, it was just beginning. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.